Alrighty, so this is my review for the movie, Eternals. I first watched this movie when it came out in theaters 2 days after it came out with a friend of mine. And then yesterday, and I forgot to do a review for it, and then yesterday, I rewatched it with that same friend, another friend, because it started streaming on Disney+. And now I'm gonna do a review for it. It's fine. Like, I It's probably my least favorite Marvel movie. I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, even though I fucking own the copy, so I probably should watch it. And I've heard good things, but I'll watch that soon. But yeah, like, rewatching it, I noticed a lot of the flaws with it, and which was the same thing with me liking Free Guy less when I watched it again. So I'm just gonna talk about Eternals now. Okay, first thing first. What is Eternals? Well, Eternals are... the movie is about these people who are brought to life to fight against the Deviants. And the Deviants, yeah, it's essentially that. And then we follow their movie stuff. Alrighty, so I'm realizing now that I did a very shitty job at describing the synopsis for this film, so I'm just going to re-describe it. Essentially what it is the Eternals, who are a race of beings that are immortal, that have powers that range from the guy from the kind of what the guy from The Boys does with laser eyes and can fly, to super speed or changing matter, and they live on Earth secretly for thousands of years, and then they all reunite like a big family reunion to fight the evil bad guys of the movie, which are the Deviants. Yeah, it's fine, and they are led by this big fucking huge rock monster that I forgot the name of. That's the basic plot. Yeah, few non-spoilery things. The acting's good in it. Gemma Chan did good in it. Angelina Jolie did good in it. Kit Harington, all the other people whose names I don't know. They all did... oh, Salma Hayek. They all did good in it. Lisa McHugh. Yeah, all did good in it. But the acting is not the problem with this movie. The problem with this movie is that they try and shove too many things into it. Like, there's not a lot that I can think of to say without spoilers, so just right off the bat, I'm gonna go into mild spoilers now. Like, this is just not necessarily outlining the basic plot of the movie, but just kind of outlining some of my problems with it. Not necessarily saying what happens, but yeah. So if you don't want, like, any spoilers, if you want to go in blind, except for the plot outline, go watch it. Bye-bye. Okay. So yeah. First things first with this movie. Flashbacks. Oh my god, they fuck with the pacing. Like, it's like, for the first maybe hour and a half, 2 hour, for the first maybe hour 45 of the movie, every time, like, nearly every time something important happens, character, flashback, oh, new flashback, new flashback, new flashback, and it gets really fucking annoying to go, okay, oh, we're back there, oh, we're back there, we're back there, oh, we're back there, we're back there, we're back. They're like, I don't care. I remember watching Friendly Space Ninjas podcast with Amanda the Jedi, Brony, and someone's name who I cannot remember, but it's called The Mothership, and I'd highly recommend it. But he said something along the lines of, it should have been a TV show, and then they could have put a flashback at the beginning of every episode. 100% agree with that. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. Other problems with the movie. This is kind of going to get full spoilery now, so bye-bye if you don't want to... This is like... yeah, okay, bye-bye if you don't want any spoilers. My main problem with this movie. Way too many characters. You may be asking yourself,
but Alex, you love Avengers Endgame. You love Avengers Infinity War. You love those big superhero team-up movies. Why not this one?
Well, higher-pitched you. I don't like this movie because if you look at something like Avengers Endgame or Avengers Infinity War or Captain America Civil War, all of these characters have been set up before. Like, let's just look at the first Avengers movie, which technically has a deviation from what I'm saying, but Iron Man. Before this movie, Iron Man has had 3 separate appearances. One in Iron Man 1, one in The Incredible Hulk, and one in Iron Man 2. So that's 3 separate appearances before this. So we know a basic, higher level, but we know a good understanding of this character. Let's look at the Hulk. While it is a different actor, it's still the same character, and we've seen him before in one movie. So we have a basic understanding of him. Let's look at Captain America. Seen him in a movie, basic understanding. Finally, Thor. Like, we've seen him in a movie, basic understanding. You get my idea. Black Widow. Seen her in a movie, basic understanding. My one deviation from this, I said 2 before, I meant 1, is Hawkeye. You have 1 new character, and he's not that important to the plot. Take him out, nothing's really missing. Which is why I didn't really like Hawkeye, but that's a side tangent. Take him out, nothing's really missing. So you introduce 1 new character. That is good. That works. You're done. Boom. But this movie tries to set up its entire main cast as new characters we are supposed to care and love and feel sad when they die and feel sad when they go through emotional moments. But no. You cannot introduce, I think, 9 new characters and expect us all to care about them when there's... You cannot introduce 9 new characters. Just quick thing, made a mistake. Technically, it's 11 new characters here. I don't know what I'm saying technically. It's 11 new characters here. It is 13 if you count Eros and Pip Patrol, and 14 if you count that unknown person in the post-credit scene. And expect them to all work. No, that's not really how this works. Like, if you look at something like Avengers Endgame, there's a shit ton of people in that movie, but all of them have been set up previously. All of them. So you have a basic understanding of all of them. But not in this. I'm kind of repeating myself. Let's talk about one of the characters who gets the most story throughout the movie. Cersei, played by Gemma Chan, who did a good job in this movie, and I haven't seen any of her movies before, but I'm told she's a good actress. She's good in this movie. She's essentially the main character of this movie. She's not my favorite character, but she's the main character. What do we know about Cersei? Well, we know she can turn matter into other matter, and that she had a loving relationship for 5,000 years with the villain, surprise villain of this movie. He's actually my favorite character in the movie, Icarus. That's mainly what we know about her off the top of my head, yeah. What do we know about Sprite? And this is the last tangent I'm gonna go on. What do we know about Sprite? We know she loves Icarus. She's young and unhappy. She's constantly young and unhappy about it. She doesn't like where she is. She lives with Cersei, and she's the one who has kind of the most character in this movie, besides Icarus. And then finally, we get to Icarus, these are essentially the main 3 that I'm going to talk about. We get to Icarus, who's, fun fact, surprise, the villain in the movie. He looks like Sebastian Stan, and I like the way his face looks. B, we know his powers and all that. C, we know he sticks to his leader and he is extremely loyal to them and only stops for Cersei near the end of the movie, but was going to kill them fucking all to serve his master. Yeah, that's about it for him. And yeah, those are the main 3, kind of. The rest of the characters are fun. And then there's one character who we don't really get a lot out of, and he's just kind of there. And I don't really see... There's, like, one reason he's there, and then he just gets killed off, and that's, like, Gilgamesh. What do we know about Gilgamesh? Has a power. Cares for Athena. Dies first. He doesn't really have a storyline. Okay? Like, I don't give a shit when he dies at all. Like, I feel like, okay, cool, Angelina's crying over his body was cool and well done, and I like their chemistry, but I don't give a shit he's dead. Like, it sounds harsh, but I don't. Another problem with this movie, The Deviants. They're set up as the main villain of the movie. Like, from the very beginning of the movie, that is the enticing incident. That's what gets you going through the movie, is the Deviant attack in London. And then you find out, oh no, Ajax, who's our leader, who's played by the lovely Salma Hayek. She's great in this movie, for the very little parts she's in. Oh no, she was killed by a deviant. Looks like it sucked out her powers, and now all the deviants can heal. Cool, I like that. And then, okay, Deviant is back. Sucked the shit out of Gilgamesh, and now they can talk, and is played by who is one of the best parts of this movie, Bill Skarsgård. Woo, great job in this. And then he's like, these guys are going to be a very important part of the final fight, including this guy who we've built up the entire movie. Okay, good. Cut to final fight. And then they're all fighting, and then you see him come out of the ocean, and then you see him go into a cave with Thena, and then you see Thena just fucking kill him, and it's like, okay, we're getting there. Bam. Nothing, like, they build it up as such an important thing in the movie, and then it feels like the writers just kind of went, okay, so we have this super interesting character. Now time to write the final fight scene. And they're going to write the final fight scene, and it's like, hey! You remember that one character that we wrote that we cast the Pennywise actor for? Ah, shit, gotta write him in. And he's dead. Okay, fun! Like, okay, fun! He's dead. Great. That's such a waste. Cool. This movie, 100%, should have been a TV show. I was talking with friends last night after we finished watching the movie, and then I said that I thought that movie should have been a TV show. And then I said the thing about them putting the flashbacks at the very beginning of every episode, and they said something along the lines of, well, then it would just be boring. There would be less character development in this than there were in the show than there would be in Hawkeye. But if they actually had time, like, let's say 10 series, 10 episodes, however the fuck long you want. That way, you can write stable characters and write decent storylines and actually and not have a character that's there for a fucking half hour and has nothing to do with them and just gets killed. So that way, if they did in a TV show, there would actually be some emotional weight behind it. Don't get me wrong, I like this movie. It was a fun ride, but I'm never going to watch it again unless it's in, like, I'm not going to watch this as a casual viewing. No, if I'm ever going to watch this again, it's going to be on a Marvel rewatch. Like, for me, at the moment, it's for my list of Marvel things, we have Avengers Endgame right here, all the way at the end. Hawkeye, Eternals. Side tangent about Hawkeye. I want to talk about Hawkeye real quick. And I'll put in the little bar if you want to skip to where I'm done talking about Hawkeye. Hawkeye was a character I never really gave a shit about. So when you take a character I don't give a shit about and introduce another character I don't give a shit about, and decide they're going to go have some whiny, zanky, wacky, zany adventures, I'm not going to care. I'll watch it because it's Marvel, but I don't fucking care. It's boring for me. Yeah, like, that's about all I have to say. The show's just boring for me until Yelena gets introduced, which is when it definitely picks up. But it's just kind of flat and dull and boring. And, like, the only reason they had the Christmas element of it was to kind of show Hawkeye's family. And, like, if you just cut that part out, you lose 10 minutes. Max. I don't care about his family. I don't care about the Christmas aspect of it. The only reason there was a Christmas aspect of it is because it was released around Christmas. No one fucking cares. Okay, side tangent over. Now getting back to Eternals, and it turns out this might be one of my longest single videos of one movie. I feel like if Eternals was a TV show and they could get some really good writing on it, I would have liked it so much more, because there would have been character development and you wouldn't be introducing characters just to kill them off later. No, you'd actually have some emotional weight behind the punches, so it would hurt more when it turns out, oh no, Icarus is a bad guy, oopsies. There would just be more weight behind it. Like, it could have had the potential to be one of my favorite Marvel TV shows ever, and honestly, the Marvel TV shows have been kind of fine. Like, WandaVision, I liked it. Then they introduced Evan Peters, and I was like really excited. And then it turns out it was bullshit and just bait, which pissed me off and ruined WandaVision. Like, don't get me wrong, Catherine Hahn, Elizabeth Olsen, and Paul Bettany are fantastic in it, but it kind of made me just so pissed off. Yeah, that I don't want to rewatch it. So it kind of scored lower. So, like, Falcon Winter Soldier, liked it. It was good. Not much to say about it. And Loki, I loved. I loved Loki. What If was fine. And Hawkeye, I already said how I felt about Hawkeye. But, like, it would have been a really good TV show, maybe even my number one. But no, they just kind of shat the bed on it. And, yeah, I don't know, man. It's really annoying. Alright, that's all I have to say. Have a good day. I have an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page, second channel, and a Twitch if you want to go follow any of those. If you want to like, really appreciate it. If you want to dislike, tell me why. I would find that interesting. If you want to subscribe, I would love your support. Thank you so much. Comment what you thought about Eternals. It's clear I did not love it, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I'm not open to other people's expression of it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.